Welcome to season 2 of Remnant Gamers.
This segment has been brought to you by, of course, the Squirt Inquisitor 7000. It ain't the gun that squirts. And Goat Roper.
This podcast is brought to you by Goat Roper.
Well, I like watching corn.
He likes watching it get shucked. Well, them damn corn shuckers. They at it again.
Corn shuckers.
Now they're shucking in the fields.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Hashtag corn shuckers.
Can we get like a Golden Corral simulator game?
Golden Corral sim.
It starts off when you go into Golden Corral and you're like, can I get some mashed potatoes? And the lady's like, ain't no more mashed potatoes, baby, just green beans and corn. And you're like, fuck this, I'm opening my own restaurant. The moose bathwater.
Moose bathwater. It's just a turd in a thimble. Moose is in the Techno Void. Lat has got a camera and a mic that work almost 50% of the time. Jono cleaned up his room, and Chibi is now exactly in sync with her video.
I'm just
I didn't ask to
man.
get called out like this.
Did I sum that up too well?
Oh, you hit the nail on the head, my man.
That's a big reach.
Nico Dasani.
Nico Dasani.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Silver Monkey.
All right, we all have that issue with the flying peni, you know?
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. They're just fucking everywhere.
It's worse
you know?
than locusts, honestly.
But you know what you can do? All you have to do is get the floating thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yes. See, what you do is you get this magical kite that just takes it for you.
Choking 8-year-olds and power bottom and pigeons over here.
I need my safety gear on for this.
You just have to get your mouth guard and you'll be fine.
Here, son, bite down on this. It's easier if you don't clench.
Just take a deep breath and it'll be over in 2 seconds.
Oh, so that's where I was wondering where those copper tubes went.
Oh no, I've had these on me. I don't know where the other copper tubes went.
All I know is I put 3 copper tubes in the storage. You built a wall storage and looked at it, and now the copper tubes are missing from the ship's storage. That's all I know.
What are you trying to say, Moose?
I'll try.
What are you trying to say, Moose?
I'm trying to say one of us is a copper tube stealing some bitch, and I'm saying that man ain't me. Alright.
Burger!
Oh.
Tank! Burger!
I'm gonna put cheese on it.
Tank!
I'm putting cheese on it.
Doesn't need cheese!
It does need cheese.
Burger!
Take these starter please. I'm making another cheeseburger.
Serve this. Serve this.
Serve that.
Serve this. Serve this.
Now the cheeseburger. Now we need another cheeseburger.
I'm gonna hurt someone.
No. I mean,
I had to say that.
nothing against
Okay.
Jesus' dick, but that's
I
not.
wanted to say something that would make me laugh.
I love that nobody gets the context of that.
Yeah, well, now we're here. All right.
Welcome. Hi.
Welcome.
Good.
It's
Lord.
Easter.
Nothing against Jesus' dick.
Nothing against Jesus' dick, but no.
We are the Remnant Gamers.
I said a thing before stream started that caused questions.
No, don't explain it. Don't explain it. Leave
Oh,
them
I'm
in
not
silence.
telling.
Happy Easter, you sexy sons of bitches. How you doing?
Considering if it is Jesus' dick, I mean, would that be like the most
If it is.
epitome
If it is.
of pleasure? Would that be like the ultimate epitome of pleasure or something? You know what I mean? If it was like,
No.
You'd be like the king of pleasure right there.
because now I'm thinking about like what was that movie with
About
Jim
Jesus'
Carrey.
dick?
with Jim Carrey. You remember? Was it Bruce Almighty?
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
when he was like sleeping with Jennifer Aniston, and she's just like, "Wow," and she was like, "I don't know," and, they're like, "My boobs get bigger" or something like that, and he didn't realize like the power that he had because he had supposedly been made omnipotent.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was like
Omni-
God or
yeah.
whatever.
He was like omniimpotent. Omniimpotent.
Well then.
I don't know if he's potent or not. I don't know. Guess that just depends.
I would say it probably wouldn't be very good because Jesus was like he was a virgin, right? So he doesn't have any experience.
Yeah, is it in? Is it in? Oh God, he got fire.
Those
Circle has
are
fire.
not the words that you want to
accident?
hear.
That was funny.
My bad.
There we go.
It's in somewhere.
I hit a button on accident. It happens.
It happens. Well, it's
Gotta
better than someone saying
claim to that
fisting.
first, eh?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's just like, despite what anybody says, I'm just going to claim it.
Yeah,
I'm here for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First is like I guess I'm like the baby daddy to first. I'm just going to claim it regardless.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff.
All right.
Like Omori.
I do that all the time.
Like Omori when he finds out that he's not the father, and he's just like, "I raised that baby. That baby is mine, Maury."
Is it Maury or is it Maori? I never knew. Is it? I don't know.
Whichever one of the daytime talk shows.
Murray.
Paternity tests that
Is it Murray?
Murray.
I don't want to be Murray.
So yeah, that's how I do it first.
Excellent.
I raised first is mine, baby.
You hear it? He did it first. Blood claims all.
So who the hell are you, and why are you in my living room?
Hey guys, I'm Direct Edition, and we fired Jono. So that's why we all gather here today, to allow you to take your seat among the remnants.
Say your last goodbyes.
Surprise to the rest of the crew. So
Right.
they had no idea. They didn't have anything to do with this. It was just me. I don't know. Yeah, so we gather today on this fine Easter to mourn the loss of Jonah Almighty, which strangely fits. Now that we've been talking about Bruce Almighty, and
Yeah, right. There you go. That's the new title. That's the new title for our stream.
So
Poor Jonah.
that's me, Direct Edition. Fire
I guess I'll
Fire
jump in. I
of
guess.
Jonah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Chibi. Hi. I'm the weeb of the lot, but most people know that.
Yeah,
The
you've
weeb
got
of
a
the
late
lot. The
claim
weeb of
there.
the lot. The weeb of the lot. Yeah.
A weeb away.
I'm a weeb away. A
In
weeb.
the jungle, the jungle, the Chibi sleeps tonight.
You're like
I
a
do.
weeble wobble. You don't fall down unless it puts your feet up in the air and you start twitching
Oh my lord.
in perfect anime fashion.
Wow. But yeah, that's me. I didn't fire anybody, but I'm just here for the laughs and the awkward comments.
Not
For the
yet.
lulz.
You
We'll
haven't
have-
For
fired
the
anybody.
lulz, the LULZZZZ.
We'll have no lack of awkward comments here on this podcast if history serves us right.
Haven't fired anybody yet.
Yet.
I mean, what are we waiting for? Oh wait,
Let's
I
go.
know, right? Let's just fire away.
yeah, Jono. Oh wait, he's already gone. Damn.
Well.
Swell. What you guys been playing this week? Anything good?
I started Katana Zero.
Oh, how is
yeah?
that?
It's actually fun. It's along the same vein as some of the platformers that I've been playing. but kind of a neo noir samurai, and you're trying to figure out. There was some type of accident. You've lost your memory, and you have this ability. Like is the frustrating thing about it is one hit, one kill.
Oh,
So
Mm.
yeah,
lovely.
and once you do that, you don't start over the entire game like Dead Cells, which still gets to me, but you just
Wow.
start the level over. So
Oh, yeah, no, that's no biggie. Child's play, please.
so yeah, it's a slash and dash, and you just have to figure out your way, get through the levels, and it's
Gotcha.
fun actually. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah. I started playing Blair Witch on Tuesday and I noped the fuck out. Because I got a little hesitant because, you know, I think I'd mentioned that there was like you get a dog in the game and I kept getting worried.
Right.
You know, thinking that there was gonna be, you know, I thought maybe it'd be like a Palico type thing, you know, where they're there for like attention and you get to use them for like search and rescue stuff, but no. I did some research after that first stream because I got really fucking nervous. And apparently the dog can die. And after doing some research, there was a lot of like very legitimate PTSD references and a lot of gory situations that deal with war, which is fine. Like I it doesn't bother me, but I know there's a lot of people that might be sensitive to that, and especially with the dog. So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna stream the rest of this. I think I'll just play it myself. Just because I knew there was people in like my little community that might be sensitive to like the pet thing. So I didn't want to like make anybody sad. So I was like, yeah, I'll just play this myself. So other than that, I've been playing my Love Live game and Genshin, and I'm debating on what to start up next. Because I'm trying to not get into anything super heavy because I want to leave my May month open since Resident Evil and Mass Effect both come out and I have both pre-ordered. So I need to make sure that I am like, you know, hot and loaded and ready to go for both of those games in May. So I don't want to get too in depth with something that's going to cross over and, you know, muddy that water. So I don't know. I'm debating on it, but we'll see. I have to figure that out. Tonight, I'm just gonna be playing Genshin after our podcast, so nothing too crazy.
Sweet.
Are you trying to finish up the festival in Genshin? I think.
Oh, I already finished that.
Okay.
Technically.
Which one of your mini games was your favorite?
Honestly, I think the one that I enjoyed the most was the music one, which is because it is a lot of like the rhythm games that I play. So I was like, well, this is very similar. I do this already, but just with cutesy waifus. That's about it. But I like that one. The other one's the shooting one that you do like with the arrows and everything. I didn't understand it at first and thought I had to use certain characters, and so it was a weird situation at first. Because it shows that you can get like extra bonuses if you use like Mona or something, but I don't see how because I couldn't hit a damn balloon to save my life using her, so I don't know.
Neither. Yeah.
It was very weird, but I enjoyed that one. But the music one for sure was my favorite.
Okay. My least favorite one was the glider.
Really? I actually didn't hate that one, but it was kind of weird to get used to.
Yeah, it felt too slow. The time limit on it gave me a lot of anxiety trying to get
Get me anxiety.
because the glider is slow anyway, and you have 2 minutes to get to the ground to get as many points as you can. So unless you're like gliding and dropping and gliding and dropping, I was just like, I can't do this. This is driving me crazy. But my favorite one was actually the shooter one. So
I could see that. I could see that. What about you guys?
Who's up next?
Well, I've been playing quite a bit of Need for Speed Heat now that I've gotten into it. I've really gotten into it. I'm like, I think level 13, which is, I mean, I think there's like 100 levels, but I've been playing it a little bit every day, and it's a lot of fun. The customization online is, it's pretty good. And there's a couple of the homies that have been playing with me, and we have like our little club, and it's pretty legit. That game is great, and the graphics are really good. especially for a driving game, oftentimes they kind of skimp on that stuff so that they can make the cars and stuff look really good. But
Yeah.
everything in that game is really nice, and it's got that kind of arcade feel. It's not like Forza, where Forza is like a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Need for Speed definitely has that arcade style, especially with like the drifting and shit like that. It's pretty cool, and it's open world, so you can just run around and like cruise style, kind of like hit different little challenges all over the place. That's a lot of fun. Played a little bit more of Magic Legends. The open beta is available, and that's a lot of fun. It's like a Diablo style type of game where you doing that like isometric dungeon crawling type of game, but with magic, the gathering enemies, and they bring all the characters to life and all that stuff. So it's pretty rad. And then I just got what did I try? Oh, I tried Boneworks. But I gotta tell you,
Yes.
I didn't really care for it. I played it for about a good hour. Actually, Jazzer got it for me. He was on my wish list for a while. And man, it's cool, but at the same time, I feel like it's dated. It's
Mhm.
dated. Like a lot of the elements in the game, they feel good, but you definitely feel like you're playing a game that was developed in the infancy of like the Oculus and stuff. They haven't really
Yes.
gone, beyond to make it any better. And the physics of it are good, but they're not quite as good as some of the other games I've played. Like again, Blade and Sorcery. Whenever I play games, I'm always like, man, this would be cool if it was Blade and Sorcery, because that game, it just feels so good.
Yeah.
The swing of the weapons and everything like that. It's just, I don't know, something about it just feels very fluid and real.
I was going to
Maybe it's
say
because I play it so much.
it seemed like Blade and Sorcery has ruined you for other VR games,
It
and
has. It really has. Like, it's got so much into it, and it's very simplistic, but they keep adding more and more to it. Moose, you were gonna say something?
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I had a very similar feeling with Boneworks. I played Boneworks after I had played Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, after I'd played Half-Life Alyx, after I'd played Pavlov, and a couple other titles, and it felt like Boneworks, like you said, was in the infancy of, because it's like,
mm,
oh, I've done these exact actions in all these other games that do it right.
Uh
it
huh.
it performed the actions to an extent in Boneworks, but they weren't
Right.
polished.
Right.
They weren't polished as
Yeah.
they were in other titles.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
oh
It
well, if I
felt like
wanted, hmm,
I was gonna say it felt like they were trying to emulate what they've done in these other games, and they just couldn't quite pull it off. It
mm.
had some nice
yes,
elements like the balloon gun and things like that, but it just, mm, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. So I got a refund on that, and then I actually ended up, he had a Raft on his wish list, so I bought him Raft as a thank you for letting me refund the game that he bought me.
nice, nice.
so so yeah, but mostly it's been a lot of Need for Speed. I've been jumping in and out of Fortnite. I do like usually like a round or two every night just to kind of screw with it. And I think that's it. Yeah, yeah.
See, Trevor, you've gotten into that Fortnite kick like I did with Apex. Like I try to
Just
do
like a
like a
little bit in there. Yeah.
yeah, I try to do like a round or two each night just to keep up with my challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep. I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny how initially jumping back into it just to mess with it, and then realizing that I was kind of good at it, made me go, oh, well, I mean, being good at a game kind of makes it more fun to play. Kind of like
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
Need for Speed. Like if I played Need for Speed and it was like really hard, I would have just said, because I got it for free, but it's part of Game Pass. So But now that I'm playing it and like my buddies are playing it and I happen to be leveling up a lot faster than they are, I'm like, okay, I'll keep doing this, like it works out pretty good. So, hey, I mean, enjoy what you're good at, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing. Lat, we need to get into some Apex because I'm looking back at my purchase of the season pass for Apex because I talked about this Friday. My gamer
Yeah, we did.
ADHD has kicked in so hard lately. It's like, oh shit, I'm starting to play this again. Obviously, I'm all about this now. Let me get the season pass. Yeah. No, and then I was like, no. And then I went back into Team Fight Tactics and League of Legends, and I'm like, oh wait, I have a season pass I need to get for this too. So I got that, and I'm like, yeah. And I've played like 6 rounds of TFT, 2 rounds of Apex. Like,
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Look, you speaking my language. You know I'm always down for some Apex.
yeah,
I played a couple matches with Prince Recluse also, so I play every Saturday for Legendary Ladder Days now, and
okay.
I mean throughout the week I'm jumping in and out of it, seeing who's on. You know what? I think we tried to exchange gamer tags for Apex, but I couldn't find you exactly because there were so many Musals out there.
Really?
So yeah.
I've never had that issue.
That's how I find out who's on when I log in, because I play from my PlayStation since it's crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
That's my higher account. But we in Discord, if you haven't joined our Discord, you may want to go ahead and jump in there. But I remember like a couple weeks ago, we were all like throwing out our gamer tags because we had a brief Apex spout, and I added Jono, I added Prince Recluse. And I was looking up your name, Moose, and I said something of why I couldn't add it.
Oh,
because now that it is crossplay, it like brings up everything with the same gamer name.
Mm-hmm.
So with Prince Recluse, I seen his computer. It'll have a little symbol next to the name that you look up. And the symbol is either PlayStation, Xbox, computer, or like the Switch. And I think Prince Recluse had Xbox and PC, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine would have PlayStation, and I've played it on both PlayStation and PC. So
okay.
I played like one round on PlayStation though, because I like booted up. I was like, let's see how well this performs. And I was like, oh well, the game performs well, but I don't because I can't play shooters for shit with sticks.
So yeah, I'm always down to jump into some Apex, and I'm ready, always ready and with him.
Nice.
So
okay.
let's go.
Let's go. Now I am trash. I am very trash at Apex. I will forewarn you. You will be carrying me.
No warning necessary. I'm trash as well.
Perfect. Let's be trash together. Excellent. Well, then hopefully next week when we get around to what games we were playing, I'll say I was playing Apex Legends with Lat.
There you go.
But as for this past week, though, pretty straightforward. I got back into Dead by Daylight. Been having some fun with that. Got back into Star Wars Squadrons. Been having a lot of fun with that.
That's a great game.
It's such a good game. Game. I finally started customizing out my like Interceptor and X-Wing, and like that's all I'm playing now is Interceptor and X-Wing.
Oh, sweet.
And oh my god, once you start customizing it out to match your playstyle, it's like, oh, it's the hell on, going like a 16 kill streak, just wrecking house. Like, oh, I felt good. But then at your recommendation, Lad, I picked up Dead Cells.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I am really liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I've been on like a huge roguelike kick anyway.
Same.
So I was like, yeah, all right, let me get that, because Monster Train dropped their first DLC, and so I jumped right back into Monster Train. The DLC is fucking amazing. Like, they did a great job with that. Risk of Rain 2 recently did a huge update. They changed so much, so I got back into that. So it's been roguelikes, Dead by Daylight, and Squadrons for me.
Yeah, that was Jack was saying that everyone has to play all the roguelikes at some point, and I was so disappointed in myself for writing Dead Cells off when I first seen it.
I did too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I actually think Blade played it for a little bit. I don't know. Rogue games just never really were my thing, but I'm never against them. I just don't pick them by choice.
Yeah, I mean, me either. But ever since I played Dead Cells, it seems like I've been like when you buy a new car and then you see the car everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how like roguelike games have been coming for me. I've noticed every game that I've been looking up that I've been thinking about playing for the stream, it has it when I research it, roguelike pops up in the description. I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also the Servo in chat though, Enter the Gungeon is a fucking phenomenal game. It is a
Yeah, it is.
phenomenal game. I love Gungeon.
I love that game.
Oh, is it now?
Yes,
Oh,
Enter the
yeah.
Gungeon is fantastic.
Might need to
Yes,
add
it
that
is.
to my list.
Please do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
That's also on Game Pass, by the way.
Yes. That's when I first started playing it, yeah. And then I think it was free. I think it was free on Epic Store at one point, so I picked it up there too. And I think I have it on Steam. I have to look again. I think I've got it all over the place. But yeah, no, Gungeon's one of those games that's like every run can be substantially different. Like the amount of customization you can get yourself into it's a very good roguelike in that sense.
It is, yeah.
That was one of the things that I liked about Dead Cells too. Is like even though the map is initially the same, it changes every time you respawn.
Right.
And conversely, that's one of the things. Another roguelike I downloaded recently, Skull, SKUL. I got that one, and I didn't like. It's not a bad game. Okay, I'll preface with that. It's not a bad game. However, a lot of my runs feel the same. They feel very much the same. And yes, I still need to unlock quite a few things. But even in Gungeon, it's like you get like 4 runs in, and you're already experiencing very different runs.
Oh yeah, always.
Skull seems like it needs several runs of great lengths before you start getting enough modifiers to like, oh, okay, now I can start doing some off the wall builds. But most of the builds are looking very similar right now to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's not moving quick enough.
I gotcha.
Oh, don't forget, if you guys weren't able to join us Friday, we also were able to play Devour for community night.
It was so sad. I kept falling asleep. Like I'd wake up and I'd get up for a minute and then I'd doze back off a minute. I'm like, damn it, I missed freaking Lat playing Devour. I missed playing with him.
Yeah, I should have.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, immediately after we were done, I uninstalled it. So
yeah.
That bad?
Oh yeah, so yeah, that was wonderful. So after we played one round. To our credit though, we did get very far. We almost did a full clear in that one run that we did.
Yeah.
Which was surprising. But that being said, as soon as we were done with that first round, Servo was like, "Okay, we're done now, right?" And it was like, okay, yeah. So we ended stream, and then like as soon as stream cuts, Lat was like, "And uninstalled." Never looking at that again. It was off his hard drive immediately.
And it seems like whenever I play that type of game, I am on high alert for anything weird that may happen in the house.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how that works.
And it just so happens, it's like I'm laying on the couch with my phone, and I hear those fucking footsteps, like with her like walking barefoot on the wood floor.
Yes.
And I stop everything that I'm doing, and it just so happens like Tammy's getting. We have like paper in our hallway because they were remodeling our bathroom, so they didn't want dust everywhere. So they put paper in there.
Yeah.
Tammy's walking down the hallway like in a sleepy grog, and I'm here. All I hear is plap, 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 and I'm on my phone. Excuse me. I get choked up about it. I'm on my phone.
Oh my god.
It's the only light that I have. And I don't want to turn it and look, but I just keep hearing it getting closer and closer. Oh,
Bless you.
thank you. Freak me the fuck out. Let me tell you.
Oh, that sucks.
Man, well, next time I'll take your place.
Excuse me.
No, next time it's gonna be both of you up in there.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that. Lad's like, nope,
Nope.
nope.
No, we're gonna bring you into like we should do Sign of Silence next time and have both. We just have everybody in Sign of Silence.
I can tell you now, my Christmas tree is going to be on fire that day.
Wow.
If it's not mine, I'm lighting somebody's Christmas tree on fire so I can put it out that day.
Why's it gotta be a Christmas tree?
Something has to get me away from playing that game.
Who has a Christmas tree out in April?
You never know.
There's some
Christmas in
people-
July is coming up.
Oh yeah. That's true. That's true.
Okay. I don't mean to alarm you guys, but I just found out something. I've had this stylus for a long time. So long that the little light on the end, which you can barely see, is starting to die.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah.
The battery is basically dead. I mean, it's been a while. I just now realized that it's also a pen.
Oh my
But is
God.
is the stylus mightier than the pen now?
I mean, you can use both technically at the
Yeah.
same time. So
You're
Pretty-
double wielding now.
pretty hot fire.
Super hot fire.
So fire.
Speaking of hot fire, apparently Dead by Daylight released a K-pop chapter, or is releasing a K-pop chapter.
It is out.
Would
It
make
is
sense, you know, with their
Oh, it is out now. Okay.
Yes.
yeah, it would make sense for their lovely little K-pop guy who's getting added or is added.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
The BTS inspired killer.
Mhm.
Yes.
Which
That's it.
okay. Mhm.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, which admittedly at first I thought it was like an early April Fool's joke when when Behavior announced it. It's like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
who's the real killer gonna be? Like, what is this? What is this? And then like, no, they went full tilt with it. They did a full on like remix of the theme, like with like K-pop elements.
I love it.
They redid a lot of the UI elements and like the loading screen and stuff with it. Like they went full tilt. Like they even brought in like a producer who has worked with K-pop bands to help with a lot of the design elements and sound design for the killer. Like they went in on this. They're standing
I
this
love
killer
it.
hard. No,
I am all for it.
yeah. He's a bit of a low tier killer, not gonna lie. He's definitely you can have a lot of fun with him in like rank maybe like 20 to maybe like 12. Anything above that, as soon as people start to realize he's a worse Huntress, basically. Like Huntress
Gotcha.
outperforms him in almost every single way. But stylistically and shit, he is a lot of fun. So I don't even care that he's like low tier. Like he's a lot of fun. And
Hey,
Servo's
you know, I mean,
disappearing
I
through the
think
floor.
most people are just gonna use it because, you know, I mean, I think it's different, you know, it's not like the classic killers that they have. So I like that they're adding a little bit of variety for, you know, just kind of like fun value rather than like, you know, making him either a super creepy character or another classic horror villain character. I don't know. It's just something a little different.
Agreed. Yeah, this is the
Plus,
first.
it kind of adds that element of like characters that are not scary, but are scary because, you know, it's what you don't expect kind of thing.
Well, that's the thing too, is the backstory that they gave the killer was like, okay, even though it's like it's a K-pop star and he's glammed up to the nines, like he's a pretty boy. But then the backstory that they gave him was like, oh shit, okay, yeah, no wonder the entity chose him to hunt survivors. Like,
Yeah.
like he straight up just snapped and started stabbing people to death because he just just wanted no competition, and he didn't want people that that didn't absolutely love him in his life. So he just
Yeah.
wanted everyone dead. And so
So I started
Legit.
blasting.
I was like, oh, you're my competition? Oh, you don't love me? Time to die.
yeah. So major props to the backstory and design of the character, because they turned something that initially I was like, okay, really, what who's the real killer, into like, I'm here for this killer. Like I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm enjoying them a lot.
Most def.
So good job, behavior. Good job.
Indeed.
Jeez. I guess in other bizarre horror type fields, apparently there is a Seinfeld horror game that
I saw
apparently is a
that.
thing now.
Is it actually called Seinfeld? Is it like actually a Seinfeld horror, or is it like a, I don't know, like a
Let's
take
see.
place
I'm
in
pulling it up. Let's
Take-
see.
take place in a set, a one room setting?
Oh, I think they're calling it Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
Seinfeld remastered.
Okay. I was thinking Seinfeld, like in the comedy show.
The
with
sitcom,
Jerry.
Well, it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the
it is
sitcom.
I mean,
yeah.
it is. It's based off of that. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Supposedly, yeah, it says you're trapped in a hellish sitcom world with a heavy dose of anime. It's called Seinfeld.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently it's a horror game that's oddly obsessed with Seinfeld.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I guess it just makes it different.
it's got like I guess a lot of like elements from the show,
Yeah.
with Kenny Rogers music in there and like
Oh,
the neon
boy.
signs, I guess, or there's a lot of elements in there. If like you're a big Seinfeld fan, apparently you'll probably know all of the little Easter eggs that they have in there. But yeah, apparently it's according to the trailer's description, it says Seinfeld Remastered is an action horror comedy parody featuring various gameplay styles inspired by Resident Evil, Silent Hills, and PT. Apparently it's coming to both PS5 and PC in October.
I will probably be picking that up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of intrigued. The minute they say that it's like relevant to that type of gameplay, I'm kind of intrigued now.
Yeah, and the fact of
So-
like all of the references that it says they threw in. Like
so
Yeah, right?
So I was kind of right. It's like a nightmarish version of Jerry's apartment building. Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know Seinfeld had that big of a following enough to make
Oh
a
god,
Oh,
yeah.
Horror game.
It was enormous.
based
It's-
off of it. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I should have figured it out because I just saw like Funko release a couple of figures for.
It's kind of
for
like in the same
Seinfeld.
realm of like Friends people. Like it's just
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so long
Yeah.
running for a reason.
Yeah.
I was literally explaining the shrinkage episode of Seinfeld to somebody on Thursday.
Oh my god.
I remember seeing that.
There's a lot of
I was in the
classic
pool.
Seinfeld, yeah, classic Seinfeld moments.
I was
That
in
are
the
like
pool,
pop
and
culture
it was
staples.
cold.
that show is like quoted so much, even I think by people who don't realize it's from Seinfeld.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah, like
I just always
what
remember
is
it was on
Um,
TV when I'd get home from school.
Festivus.
Yes, Festivus
Yes.
for the rest of
Festivus
us.
for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Now let's have
Yeah,
our airing
man.
of grievances.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people reference that, and that like they've maybe never actually watched the show.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't watch it
The
religiously.
Festivus poll. It's got like nothing on it.
I didn't watch it religiously. I know about it. I've seen a few episodes, but it wasn't like, oh,
I've seen-
Seinfeld's coming on at 8. I got to get home. You know,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
I was
I've
with some
wa-
shows.
Yeah. I've
See,
watched the
those
whole
always ran
thing.
along when I'd come from school. It'd always be like Seinfeld, not Tool Time, but like
Home
Home
Improvement.
Improvement,
Yeah.
Fresh Prince, and like a couple other shows would be like all kind of in line with that for some
Mhm.
reason, and I would just always watch those around the same time. So, that and what was that one show with oh my god, it was in the same vein of Seinfeld, but a lot of people tease it for being very uppity comedy. I can't think of what it's called. It's got
Frasier.
Kelly Grammer. Yeah, Frasier, I think is That one too. I don't know. It always a lot of the jokes would go over my head, but as I got older, I got them. But
I
yeah,
liked
that
Frasier
was a
growing
long.
up. I like Frasier.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers is good.
Am I taking
Cheers.
you back?
Cheers was not something that played when I came home, but it was usually late night, same
Yeah,
channel.
I watched
But
Cheers
yeah.
on late night.
Am I taking
Yeah.
you back too far? Is that
When
too
I'd
far?
be going to bed, it'd be on. Moose, it looks like you're tending to the candles in your corner.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it lit in your wonderful abode.
I stay lit.
I can see that.
There we go.
As you can see, he has many fine leather-bound books.
Does it ever smell like rich mahogany in your room?
Always.
Oh, I'm making Nobu proud. Excellent. My job here is done. Good night, everybody.
He made the joke. Oh goodness.
Now, I know we did mention about the people referencing and not knowing where it came from. Along the lines of my first topic, they had a similar issue with this. Fortnite, when they were adding the emote dances.
Yeah.
Because I had a discussion with my oldest son when he was heavily into Fortnite. And some of the dances, he'd be like, "Oh, no, Dad, that's in Fortnite. That came from Fortnite." And I'm like,
Like,
wait,
no.
wait a
Oh
minute.
no, my sweet
Oh,
summer
yeah.
child. Little do
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
And like
the
all
pop-
of his friends were like that too. He was like, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, let me show you where this really came from.
Well, I mean, it's the pop culture equivalent of an artist remixing an old song, and then it's
Yeah.
just like, oh
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm trying to remember. There was somebody. It was on like
A lot of the music we listened to
VMAs.
in the 90s and 2000s were remixes of
Mhm.
something from the 80s or early 90s.
Oh,
and we're
yeah.
like, no, that belongs to so and so. Like, no, it's not. That just,
no.
they just kind of hijacked that little clip from another song.
Yeah, and then there
I've
was
seen,
like
I've seen. I was gonna say I've seen quite a few TikTok videos that are like, you think you've never heard this song before, and then they cut it up, and then you immediately recognize it.
Right?
Yep.
Yup.
A lot
Oh,
of reggaeton does that a lot too. They'll pull a lot of songs from like old 90s like R&B songs, and they'll throw it in like just in their mix. I think there's like a Daddy Yankee song that uses that one. Oh god, I can't even remember the fucking song, but it's It Wasn't Me. That one song. It wasn't
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
They like
Shaggy.
throw that in the song, and I was like, wait, I don't know that song. What is this?
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of I think like a lot of R&B and rap artists and a lot of like groups like that will use them for their mix.
Yeah.
And the reason I brought that up is that it seems like Fortnite seems to be taking a different approach, because I remember them getting into trouble a lot about copyright issues over dance moves and stuff like that. So I was very excited to see this new emote that may be coming out with in release of Bruno Mars's new single "Leave the Door Open," which I'm a huge fan of. Which
I love Bruno Mars.
Which I serenaded Jono to a couple of podcasts ago.
Woo!
Oh,
But he has a Fortnite emote that's going to be coming out
Nice.
in tune with this song. Let me see if I can post the link and you guys can check it out.
Yo, Ken, what's up?
Ken.
Hi. I don't say I was sleeping.
Hopefully that works. I dropped the link in chat, but if you look at it, it's classic Bruno Mars. If you've been following him for a while, it has a side-by-side comparison of him and then the emote that's going and the song playing in the background, and I'm just like, I love
Bruno Mars. He's
I
so
know.
good. He's like, I don't know. He has such a great mix of current kind of music styles, but yet still throwing in a lot of really old school kind of older styles in there and just mixing it so well.
Yes.
Like especially with what were we talking about last week with his the one song he did with Cardi B that threw a lot of like the old references to the was it In Living Color?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was the one song now? And I can't remember it
It was,
every time.
Finesse. It was Finesse.
Finesse, yes, that's
Yeah.
it. I loved that song with every fiber of my being when it came out. I think I played it continuously for hours.
We play it so much. I have the 24 karat soundtrack on my phone. So
Mhm.
whenever I plug my phone up to my car, the Bluetooth syncs up and then it starts playing that soundtrack. And it plays so much that my youngest knows the words to it.
Hey, yeah.
And I'm like, every single word to and not all of the lyrics are appropriate. And we were driving one day and it's like, ooh shit. And I'm like, hey, whoa.
Ooh.
I'm like, that's not a word you can say just yet. So yes. So Bruno Mars' emote is I think it's dropping to Fortnite this already available April 2nd. It was supposed to be
My cat
in the
wanted to come
game.
say hello.
What's up, kitty cat?
Hello.
Cat? I'm a kitty cat.
Door the floof.
Oh, cool. And a dead sense, and a dead sense. I'm sorry. Like, I want down now. Make me
Right.
dance for the people.
Let me go.
So Servo, you can go ahead and grab the emote. However, that's still not enough to get me to play Fortnite.
Why are you hiding?
You know,
that?
it's funny because with most games, Fortnite included, I refuse to pay actual money, especially if it's a free game. So
Yeah.
I don't buy anything. The only skins I have were from the battle pass from season like 6, which was like forever ago. So if you see me playing Fortnite, I'm wearing like the oldest skin in existence.
Nice.
Yeah, or the default one, or yeah.
I
or
said
shit
that
like
too until I got into gacha games, and that lasted a little while, but I succumbed.
So you're like the boomer of Fortnite.
It's like it's all free. All the gacha games are free until they put a character card or something that you really want, and you can only get it through the gacha. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
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 The
And
next thing I know, $20-$30 later, and I still don't have the card.
you know, and now that you mention that, Chibi, I gotta say, I finally got Razor.
Oh, you! I have gotten
No,
4 fucking
finally.
razors from this stupid event right now, and all I want is Venti.
Finally got Razor.
Venti.
Good stuff.
Since we started in what, September? Genshin came out.
I think so.
Yeah, I'd give you all the razors I've gotten at this point
I'd take
if
them.
it gave me a Venti.
I'd take all the Razors. I would.
He's a cool character and all, but like, I just want Venti. I need the character that's like the bard of the game, other than Barbara
Barbara.
being the idol. I just need my bard and my idol, and then I'm content until they add a new character.
You know, it's funny. Prince Recluse saying in chat, "I like to support the devs as good as long as it's under $50." And I feel like then it's like paying for the game. You know, it's funny that you say that because the only game that I've ever bought skins for in the game was a game that I already paid $60 for to get the game, and that was Modern Warfare, because the packs, you know, of skins and wraps for the guns and all the accessories and shit were just so good that I was like, I gotta have that. Like, I want to be that guy. And so yeah, those are the only ones I bought. Although I didn't buy very many, I only bought just a few. But the only game that's ever got me was one that I already paid $60 for. But yeah, I leave it to everybody else to support the free to play devs.
Yeah, I think the
don't buy
only
their
thing, like,
shit.
with I think Overwatch was one that I actually never spent money on, except for when they did the Mercy skin, where the funds went to the breast cancer awareness thingy.
You know, that
I
would do.
did. That I paid for because I really didn't care. You got like you got some emotes and stuff. But if you paid like, I think, an extra $20, you got like something else. I can't remember what it was, but I just basically paid the minimum for the emotes and the skin that you got
Yeah.
for her. But
Now, see,
otherwise, yeah.
that I would do. But for me personally, and this is just a preference thing, I know that that's not how it is, so it doesn't really matter. But I would much prefer if like, for example, if Fortnite was like, hey, $60 for the game and you get to unlock all the shit by just playing the game, because I enjoy doing that a lot more. I feel like it's more fulfilling than just playing a free to play game and then just spending money anytime I want to get something. I don't like that. It's kind of a OG gamer kind of mentality, but
Well, yeah, the free to play and paying for extra shit, or like in certain ones like I play, like the gacha games, they're gonna get more money that way, because the gacha,
Yeah.
especially because it's literally a gacha, it's random, so you don't really know.
Right.
It's just like, it's basically gambling. It's weeaboo gambling.
It
So
is.
you're gonna make way more money getting it that way than just having someone pay for it, because at that point, once they got it, once the person has the skin or the card or whatever they want, they're not gonna get more money because they already got what they want. But for those of us who have gambling issues when it comes to weeaboo shit, they're like, oh, well, you know, you won't get what you want for a while. And then you'll get like one little thing that you kind of want. And then that gives you that endorphin that you're like, ooh, okay, all right, maybe I'll do one more. Maybe I'll do one more.
Yep,
And next thing you
yep.
know, $50 later, you still don't have it. So
That's how they get you. Yo, Cash Money, good luck in that tournament, bro.
Yeah, good luck.
oh my God. Good luck, my dog.
And I know what my weakness is, and I've always said that I've been waiting on a mobile game that's supposed to be similar to Genshin Impact, but it's with Marvel superheroes.
Mm.
And I said if it's anywhere near as Genshin, I can see myself just blowing. And as much shit as I talk about not paying for games or free to play games, and I can just see myself just blowing chunks of change on that, because I do know that's my weekend.
Yeah.
I am a huge comic book fan, so if it's anywhere near as the only thing I would say that would save me, that would be my saving grace, is that it's supposed to be exclusively for mobile, so
Yeah.
that may save me a little bit.
Yeah. So that's how it always is with that thing. Like, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I won't pay for that," because that was me too. Until Love Live came in, when I didn't play the Love Live games and it was just Overwatch or whatever, I was like, "That's so stupid." People who pay for skins on DOA, I'm like, "These people are stupid. They're cosmetic." And then I get into fucking Love Live, and it's like, "Ooh, card gacha games. Ooh, it's only $2.99 for a pull. All right, that's nothing." And I would do like one, and then next thing you know, I'd spend $20 on pulls, and I'm like, "Fuck, what's wrong with me? What's happened to me?" Like, once you find the thing that you like, and there's actually a gacha or what loot box type of element, and it's something you like, there's gonna be something that'll get you. No one's ever immune completely. Not completely.
First it's free, yeah. You're right, kid.
And generally speaking, I got to say I'm pretty much in the same boat with Prince. Yeah, if I'm playing a free to play game and I've got some genuine enjoyment out of it, like League of Legends, I played I started playing in the beta, and I played it for friggin' years, and I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. So over time, I was like, you know what, this game's giving me like a lot of play time, and I haven't spent a penny on it. Let me, over like 5-6 years, I probably spent like $300-400 in it, on skins for characters that I liked and such. I was able to unlock a whole heap of other things using their system, so it wasn't like I needed to. I got most of my characters. I think only like actually paid real money for like one character, because I was like, oh my god, this is like the coolest character, I have to have it now. Like, didn't want to do the grind for like one character, but I've got the majority of their 150-60 character roster just from playing. But then Marvel Heroes, that's another one that I dumped a lot of fucking time into, and I did.
I saw a lot of time on your Steam account for Marvel Heroes. I
Oh
did.
yeah, and there's a lot of money and time there, because I got a lot of enjoyment out of it too. So I didn't feel bad. Like, okay, this game's giving me a lot of enjoyment. It's not expecting me to pay a dime. Let me support this, like, because I enjoy
Man,
it.
like mentioned in chat, another trick that they do is they'll give you like one of them for free. Like, we'll let you do a free pull at first, and then they'll give you a really good fucking pull on that first one. And you'll be like, oh man, am I gonna get pulls like this every time? Let me just drop a couple bucks, and then every other pull is like garbage. But they'll give you a free one to catch your attention, to get your interest. And they're like, ooh, hoo, hoo.
Yeah.
Dangle that carrot in front of the weeb, please.
you chase that high.
It's really funny. Yeah. Rocket League is like that now, where they have in Rocket League the battle pass itself. It doesn't necessarily just give you items like Fortnite does. You know, you level up, you get the level 12, level 13 item. Rocket League, they're like, oh, you hit level 12? Here's a random item, and you can buy more if you want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here.
I do got to say, Genshin does do it right. I mean, for it to be a free to play, I haven't spent the most I've spent out of like. Let me correct myself.
I'll say, I think you have.
The most I've spent in Genshin was $4.99, and when we first started for the monthly thing. But other than that, just playing the game gives me enough Prima Gems to where I can get like a pool like at least every
a 10 pool. You have to do 1,600 Prima Gems, and if you actually play it well enough, you can do a 10 pool every couple days.
And that's what, and even with the mail that you get there, throw some gems in there or throw some Mora in there, and it so far for me it's been enough to where I can get pulls like every 4 or 5 days. So I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah, see, but then there's a loser like me who's like, oh my god, there's a character on the fucking banner right now. Oh my god, I don't have that character yet. I'm not gonna get enough. There's only 4 more days left in that banner. Fuck, I'm gonna drop $30 so I can do a 10 pull right now. And then I don't get the character. And I'm like, god damn it, I want to spend another $30.
Yeah, at least you're not like the guys that was dropping like $2,000 early on.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Now Love Live though, the game I'm currently playing, the Love Live, the fucking PlayStation game that just came out. Granted, I've only paid a little bit, and others have contributed to it. But I literally own all of the songs in the game now, and each song costs money. They give you like I think they give you like 8 or 12 songs to start, which is great. But there's like hundreds of songs almost. Well, not hundreds, but there's a lot of songs, and they cost money, and I now own them all. So I'm not going to say how much that costs, but it costs some money. But I now own every song so far in the game, which is great, and it's going to be. It justifies it to me because I will literally play the game probably just about as religiously as I play my mobile game. So it's one of those. I think it was Moose who said like he put a lot of hours into it, and it's already giving me a lot of enjoyment. So I don't really feel so bad because it's a free play game, and I literally will play it every day. So it's not really that big of a deal, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. If I never played the game, then yeah, I think that'd be a big issue.
You want to support your game. You want to support your developer.
I want them to be like, make more, like the mobile games you make more console versions, please, or make them not mobile every time. Mobile's great, but I like having a console version. It's kind of fun. Plus, I can stream it.
Yeah, I could be happy if they just stopped making mobile games.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. The Love Live game I play in my mobile game, I love it on mobile. I would not want them to do it any differently, but I'm very happy there is a console version now. So I will play both. Just, other mobile games.
I actually use mobile gaming as a segue into to lure more people in that are the non-gamer type people, so to speak, for to lure them in for Extra Life. I'm always just like,
man, it's like
I'm like, everybody plays games, and they're like, no, I don't play games. I'm like, what you have on your phone? And they're like, oh, I play. Just throw some stuff. I play Candy Crush or Tetris.
Candy Crush.
And I'm like, consider yourself a gamer, buddy. And I'm like, come on in. Just consider yourself a gamer. Come on in.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's all gamer gateway.
So I appreciate the mobile games. I don't want them to go away anytime soon.
The only games I play on mobile are rhythm ones. Other ones I feel weird. Like it just doesn't feel right to play on a mobile game or on a phone. I don't know.
Yeah, how they just dropped like League of Legends Wild Rift on Android and iOS. It's like, really? A MOBA on phones. That sounds horrific.
I take back.
Mobile game.
Oh,
I mean, they probably did that on purpose.
he did it. Oh, he did it. He did the thing. Oh, Servo, you dirty dog.
And I actually retract my previous statement because I talked shit about other mobile games, and apparently they're making a Disgaea game for mobile, and apparently it's coming out soon, and I pre-ordered it, so I can't talk because I now supposedly will own Disgaea on a mobile device soon. But that's also a JRPG, so it's kind of still works, I think, on that type of device. I don't know. It's not like a Skyrim game on a mobile, which is weird. No. It's a turn-based JRPG. I think I can do that on a mobile phone and not still feel like this is weird.
Yeah, I could do something like Final Fantasy Tactics on a phone, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say it's basically tactics. So yeah, I feel like that will be okay on a mobile device and not feel weird.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Chibi, you mentioned Mass Effect and what else is coming out in
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Generally, when you start a game like that, a single player type game or any game like that, that has a setting, an option to play it on easy. Do you play it on easy? What do you play it on?
No, I always play on normal.
Normal?
I love being down the middle. I don't like it to be so easy to where I just feel like I have no challenge, but I also don't like playing on hard the first go around just because I want to be able to enjoy the game. So I always go normal if that's an option. Unless easy is the only option, like at the bottom. If it's like that drastic of a change, then yeah, I'll do easy, but I'm always the middle.
Okay, Moose.
It depends on the genre. Generally speaking, I'll go with hard for a first playthrough, unless it's like a genre I'm just not very well versed in, and then which case normal. But I always feel cheated playing games on easy because it feels like a lot of developers just like casualize it a little too much, which is fine. I'm not trying to be like gamer god XXX69 over here, but I like to feel like I'm being pushed to I'm trying to be challenged to beat anything, but I'm also not trying to spend 800 hours on the first stage of a game because I said
I don't want a Soulsborne game for every game I play. I like a little challenge, but I don't want to like rage quit on that first area. Like, please let me at least enjoy it a little bit. Unless it's meant to be that. Unless the game is literally meant to be that difficulty, then that's a whole nother ball game.
Oh yeah, if a Dark Souls game, Souls-like comes out, I'm already anticipating like, okay, I'm about to get my shit pushed in here, but that's part of it. That's part of the fun.
Like, if it's a Soulsborne game, I will pick easy because I already know easy is already fucking hard.
In Servo?
Generally, for streaming games, I will pick the hardest difficulty that's available at the beginning, and then it kind of depends, and that's only because like Moose was saying, I like to have like a realistic challenge. I like it to be really difficult. But if it's so difficult that I can't beat it, then I know that at least that there's like another difficulty to go to, as long as it lets you switch. If it doesn't let you switch while you're playing the game, I'll usually set it to normal.
Makes sense.
I usually start off at normal. When I started playing Jedi Fallen Order, I started off. They have 4 settings, I believe.
Yeah.
And I started off on what I thought was normal, but I died no less than 42 times in the 2-hour time. So I had to like bring it down a notch for my ego. But how you guys feel about like people who do play on like easy setting or anything like that?
I don't care. Like if you enjoy the game, I know, right?
At games.
Like whatever difficulty lets you enjoy the game, I don't give 2 fucks. Like, I think I joke a lot with Blade a lot about people who play Soulsborne games, like the whole get good mentality. I think that's kind of silly. But those who do are actually dicks about it. Like if they're really gonna be dicks to people who play easy, then like I don't know. I'm just like, let people enjoy a game, whatever.
I feel kind of like the easy mode is there for the people who want to experience the whole game without having the frustration of the difficulty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of them that they don't even have an easy mode. They have like normal, story, and then like you'll see like
Yeah, there's some that
hardcore or
have
something
story
like
mode.
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do see that from time to time, which is good because again, a lot of people maybe they're not even streaming it. Maybe they're just sitting at home and they just want to enjoy like the story of the game, and then maybe afterwards they'll go for a challenge. But it's yeah, exactly. Nika's saying because of anxiety, and a lot of times, or being just frustrated at one particular part of the game can turn people off to a game. So having that easy option is definitely important. It's important to have that aspect in the game. But I mean, if you're streaming and you're not playing on the hardest difficulty and trying to give yourself a challenge to show off how good you are at games, then get the fuck off the platform. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, like
Yeah.
for me, when I first started playing Mass Effect, I just played it on the normal difficulty. But as I played the game, I actually really wanted a challenge and I really got the hang of it. And I have now played Mass Effect on the hardest difficulty that's there, which isn't really that hard to begin with, I guess. But when I first played it, I feel like I'd have a very different opinion of that. I would be like, the hardest difficulty, oh, I can't do that right now. Some people want to grow to that, but don't always want to do that right out the gate. But I don't know. I just think people who think like you have to play the hardest or not, if you're not playing normal or above, then you're not a gamer. Like I don't like the whole gamer gate of that. It's
Yeah, no, it's
I don't
gatekeeping
care.
and it's bullshit.
Yeah, and that's why I
Yeah.
asked, because there were some Twitch streamers that have been getting a hard time for streaming on easy.
I don't give two
Well,
fucks about that. Like that's so stupid.
it's a lot of it is the viewers too. The
Right.
viewers
Yeah.
they see you choosing easy and they want to be the whatever edge lord god gamer triple X 69420 guy and be like well, I mean, if you're not trying to get ranked number 1, then why are you even playing this game, you
Right.
piece of crap? Like go get a life, like go speed run it if you think you're so good at it. And if
Yeah.
you're that good at it, then I'll watch your video on YouTube later when it gets so many views.
Yeah.
Like, feel free, be that guy. But some streamers aren't that person. They're not there to be the best gamer there is.
Servo.
They're there to enjoy the game with their community.
Servo.
You,
Is it
you
just
sound
me?
very
The hell?
robotic
No.
right now.
Is it?
It's freaking me out, man.
Okay.
It's freaking me out.
I was listening to you, Servo, but then I see my peripheral vision Moose is like getting super terrified looks, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
god.
I thought it was just me, because
Yes.
I'm usually the one where I usually the first one to go
Yes,
robot.
yes. Give me the exterminate, exterminate.
Oh my god.
Pussy would make a great Dalek.
Yes,
Oh my god. That's so funny.
yes. I love you, Servo.
Oh my god. That's so
But,
great.
What
But
Nika
I
said,
have yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
what Nika said earlier on about she likes playing on easy because of sparkles and anxiety, and that was a really a big part of why I switched to indie games to stream, because like the AAA titles were just so massive and they were releasing like so frequently. I was like getting like this tense feeling every time I tried to play them, and I'd end up trying to rush through them so I can move on to the next one, where I found myself wasn't really enjoying the game.
Yeah.
So I switched to indie games that are more, that doesn't take as much time, that is short, compact. Okay.
Yeah.
That is short and compact, and I can enjoy it and play it at the same time. So I get what Nika was saying about anxiety.
Yeah. I've actually had a couple people not ask about the difficulty setting that I would choose, but I will have people like when I played Resident Evil 4 and when I played The Division, people will come in like, is this your first time playing? Have you played this before? And I'm like, is this your way of asking why I'm playing this way? Or I'd go like with Resident Evil, I've played it multiple times. I was like, no, I've played this game many, many times. Like I'm just playing this for enjoyment at this point. Or The Division, it was the first time I'd played it. I'm like, no, this is my first time playing it and I really want to get the hang of it. So I've never had anyone ask about the difficulty, but I felt like that was a genuine question, but maybe some might have been curious because I was playing it maybe not on like an obnoxiously hard difficulty or something. I'm like, if you don't like it, that's not my problem. Then go watch some very popular streamer who's playing it on like super X edgelord difficulty. I that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, and that brings up a
I
good
think-
point because
I was gonna say, yeah.
Isn't there even a Twitch
Go
like
ahead.
tag on there if you're literally playing it on like a casual playthrough? Like
Yeah,
if I put
yeah.
casual playthrough, that's what you're gonna get. It's
Right.
a casual
Yeah.
playthrough.
Yeah, because
Get over yourself.
you do bring up a good point of like you've played a game so many times that it's like, okay, you know what, the replay, like don't get me wrong, like I do love like starting a game on hard and then just dying a whole bunch and then just being like, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker, I beat you, like that whole like that super hype feeling of I finally conquered it is just like that. I live
Yeah.
for that
I
adrenaline
also
rush.
enjoy that.
I love that feeling so much, but also like The Last of Us, the first one. Like the first time I played through on normal, then I beat it on hard. Every subsequent playthrough, like I've beaten it like 5 times now, just because the story I have to revisit that story every year or so. But I play it on easy, so I'm here for the story now. Like I just really want to relive the story, and I'll play it on easy. Now I've already gotten that like I beat the shit out of this game. Like I already got that feeling. Now I play it on easy, is because I'm just here for the story. That's all I want.
Yeah. Like when Mass Effect comes out, I'm gonna play it on normal just because I still want that challenge. I don't want it to be so easy, but it's been a long time since I've played Mass Effect, so I kind of get my feet wet again and just kind of get reacclimated to that type of shooting game because it's similar to others, but it's different than others. So I won't play it super easy, but I mean, I've already played the hardest difficulty, but that was on my Xbox 360. That was a long time ago.
Oh, you see,
So
I'm
I've got to
anticipating.
remind myself.
Yeah, I'm anticipating the hell out of the Mass Effect games, but nah, you can get your feet wet in normal. I'm gonna get my dick wet in hard difficulty. I'm going in on Mass Effect.
Of course you
I'm going
will.
in. Gotta
Until
do
you
it.
get into the Mako, and then you're gonna be like, let me dial that shit back real quick.
You're not wrong at all.
Fuck that, man. I'm so glad they wrote that shit out of that fucking game in the second one. That
Yes.
garbage. I mean, I'm not great at driving games, but I'm not that bad. Like,
Yeah,
my
no.
God. I'm not that bad. But that game
I'm
makes
one
me
of the few
question.
people that missed having the Mako because the first time I played it, I don't know. I guess maybe I skipped the harder missions or I just did something the right way the first time. But the second time, my voice still normal.
No,
No,
you're
it's
still...
Robo.
The second time, I hated it.
Ah!
There we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
We good?
Nope.
Nope. It's all right. I was having, hey,
Dang
at
it.
least, I was having chroma key issues last time, so everyone's got to have an issue per stream.
Oh yeah.
It's our weekly quota we have to meet.
Oh, don't say that, because I'm long overdue.
You're next. Well, no, you won't be here next week, so you're not next. It'll probably be Jono.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
skip me. I'll go away when it's my turn. But
Yeah.
it got to the point where, and I brought it up because it got to the point where there was a streamer, Ashley Robato, who actually released a clip, like condemning a lot of the people who dropped into her chat to try and shame her for playing on easy.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, let people play what they want. I mean,
Get out of here.
right?
That's what I say. You don't like my game and how I'm playing it. Guess what? You can do this little thing called turning on your own console and playing it yourself.
Right, right.
And
If
and
you
that's-
don't like it, too bad.
Yeah, or just watch sweaty tryhards, or just go watch a sweaty tryhard game. Like, for every Barbie horse and pony show and Hello Kitty Easter Island, like there's Escape from fucking Tarkov. There's there's games.
I
There's
just want to play both. Can I play both? Can I play Hello Kitty Tarkov? Like, I need
Escape
a Barbie
from
horse
Hello
adventure
Kitty.
in Tarkov.
That would be a hell of a game.
That would
Oh my
be.
god. Oh man, they should make like a Barbie horror game. That would be fantastic. Make it like fucking Devour, but with like, I don't know, some type of Barbie element. I don't know. It could be done.
I'd be
I don't
kind of
know.
interested. I would be kind of
Barbie horse
interested.
adventure, but like make it like Devour, where you're having to go and like find shit in like some dystopian horse ranch thing, and there's like zombie horse. Oh god. Oh no! The ghost got servo. Oh,
And now the servo is the direct edition, and your servo now.
but at least you know we're still us. So
Ken said he'd play the fuck out of a Hello Kitty Tarkov.
exactly. I'm
that's
saying
one
they're
sold.
missing out. I will play the shit out of that. You mean like how you played a PT game? Yeah, exactly. You just got to play, you know, fuse the horror game and the idle elements.
Admittedly, that does seem very intriguing to me.
Like I like fusing the two together. I don't know. I feel like that would be a great great mix.
Man.
There might be something on itch.io like that maybe. I don't know. And indie developers probably made something somewhere.
Oh yeah.
It's very
Okay, who's kawaii now? Exactly. Exactly.
and just
Nico, no.
to
Am I
tie
still a
this
robot?
off. No, welcome
You are
back.
normal now.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey.
I am Locutus of Borg.
Nyan, nyan, nyan.
Next time.
Yes.
It'll happen again.
Nico,
Yeah.
next time.
But to tie this off, I was just after Ashley Roboto released her Ashley Roboto, Servo Roboto. After she released her clip about playing on easy, it prompted quite a few other streamers to talk about how they feel pressured to play games a certain way as well. And I was just like, I don't know. I'm just not like that. I had no issue after those 42 deaths switching it to a more easy setting and found out that, well, not found out, but immensely enjoyed the game more when I wasn't playing so.
Yeah, I mean, like the only thing I would ever cater to my stream, like the chat, would be if I felt a game was maybe too slow or maybe wouldn't be enjoyable. But otherwise, I'm not going to change the difficulty that I play if like some people don't want to watch it that easy. Like, well, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to make it difficult for myself for your enjoyment.
Yeah, well,
if
I mean,
I'm not
'cause
enjoying it, then there's no point.
Bingo! That's exactly where I was gonna go there. It's like at the end of the day, would you rather watch a streamer that you like enjoying what they're doing? Well, actually, fuck no, because there's a total audience. There's a total audience for watching people that just hate everything.
I mean, there are the sadists and the masochists out there that look for that. But like, if I'm gonna watch a streamer I like and they're playing a game that they're not enjoying, then I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I was about to say, low tier God still gets hundreds of viewers when he streams, so there is a market for that.
Yeah.
Oh
And I mean, the setting's there for a reason.
yeah. I mean, I still tease, you know, there's always the joke of like certain gamers who, you know, only play like, you know, easy games, but they don't play anything else. But I don't know. That's still their enjoyment though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Games are meant to be enjoyed. Enjoy them.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn right, they're meant to be enjoyed.
No, we're supposed to, you know, suffer through them for the stream, for the views.
Oh my gosh! And and we had talked about the difficulty of Bloodborne too. I'm not sure how much difficulty that we get out of this Bloodborne kart game. This is kart racing. Gothic.
So it's like a Mario Kart with Bloodborne, like Gothic horror elements.
Yes.
I guess what this is supposed to be. I'm not the strongest. I don't have the strongest knowledge of Bloodborne other than what I've heard from you guys. But
Yeah.
I kind of struggle to see how. Not really. I mean, they can make a kart game out of pretty much anything. So.
Oh yeah.
Like, granted, it's an April Fool's joke. It's not real, but that would be really cool.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if they did.
Yeah, it's an April Fool's joke for an already existing project. There's a developer out there. He's basically turning Bloodborne into like a PlayStation, like original PlayStation style aesthetic. He's already got like the blood-starved beast fight pretty much down, or no, cleric beast. I think cleric beast fight is the last one that he demoed, and it's in like true PS1 style. Yeah, and it looks throwback as hell. Like it's excellently done. But then come April 1st, he's like, you know what? I'm tired of this project. I'm switching to kart racers now. And then just had a Bloodborne themed kart racer clip on his Twitter, and it was beautiful.
I mean, I love when I think this kind of goes into our other topic, but like I love when games do stuff like that on April Fools, and then I love them even more when they take those April Fools jokes and implement it in the game somehow as like kind of an Easter egg shout out. Because I really would have loved if they did like the Bloodborne thing and maybe did like some type of Easter egg of it. If they actually did end up doing like a PS5 remake of Bloodborne and doing some type of joking element in there, like how the Tomb Raider remakes, you could change the pixelation to like the old school Lara Croft, where she's literally like freaking, you know,
Blocks,
block boobs again,
Triangle
and just do the whole
boobies.
game like that, triangle boobs. Yeah. Like I wish like they could do that. Like my favorite so far was not PT, but Visage or Visage, when they did an April Fool's Day thing about they're making their game have like an FPS element in there, like a shooting element that you can get guns in the game. And then they ended up putting an Easter egg in the game related to that with a shotgun in there. Like, I don't know. I love when games do that and they can just have fun with it and put it in their game somehow.
Also, it's pronounced Visage.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
Isn't that
Totally.
isn't that stuff you
Totally.
put? Yeah, isn't that stuff you put in
Totally.
your eyes whenever they start getting dry and red?
Visage for dry eyes. Yeah,
Does it involve sage? Do I have to like
exactly.
to sage my room with that?
Mhm. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't forget to smear.
Schmear.
Miami Vice Age.
Miami Vice Age. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was called Visage, but I believe it's supposed to be like French,
No, it's
like
it's
Visage.
Visage. No, it's Visage.
Visage.
You can pronounce it with whatever accent
Yeah,
you want.
I was like,
We're not gonna. Is it a French game?
No, I think it's supposed to take off of the term of what visage is in French. I think, if I remember correctly, like that was the whole point of it.
All
but
right.
I
feel you.
think, but I don't know. I've heard like people name it both, but yeah, I don't know.
They're just
I don't
as
really
confused
care.
as we are. We don't pay attention to that.
I think their
Yeah.
developers they have French names as like the artists and everything. So I don't know.
That's what it
I'm
is.
not sure.
They're French. They're
Very
just pronouncing it. They're just pronouncing it wrong because they're French.
It's
Yeah.
like shit.
Yeah, I don't speak that Humpty Dumpty baguette language.
Humpty Dumpty.
Doobty doobty.
God. The hoobty doobdies.
They making lots of cheese. That's all I know about them French boys.
It's a certain,
God.
certain
But that
Speaking of
cheese.
Fools, we had quite a few, as always, every year, and it increases now because everyone sees how popular the April Fool's stuff is. I feel like, and they keep it going. Like my favorite, of course, that they brought back this year was the googly eyes in the Overwatch. It was really good. I would enjoy popping on and seeing that and not expecting it. That's pretty cool.
Now that was actually in game though, right? You actually
yeah. It was in the game, and they actually for Overwatch they actually had a experimental mode, which is usually like how they put forward like patch ideas. They have people try it out. They decide what they're going to keep and what they're not going to keep, or what they're going to change or whatever. But yeah, that was really the googly eyed dragons. Yeah, everything in the game had googly eyes. The payload has the googly eyes. When you Hanzo's big dragon, it's got googly eyes on it. Like, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
But they also had a bunch of experimental patch notes, which were actually part of a mode that you could play. Where, like, for example, you know how Diva, she's got the big mech that explodes. Well, you could also fly the mech up and then just drop it on folks, and it would, like an anvil, crush people and kill them.
It did 600 damage. Like,
yeah.
stupid.
was awesome. It was awesome, and there were a ton of players who specifically wanted that one to stay in the game too.
Mhm.
So it was really good. There was a bunch of them, like making Torbjorn's hammer deal like double damage when he's overloaded. So instead of shooting the little rail gun, you just went around whapping people with the hammer. It was crazy. I had a lot of fun messing with that. But which one did you guys see or hear about that you thought were good?
It was like most of the ones that I've saw, they weren't in game. It was either like on a social media account for a game or a developer or something along the lines. But I know in the past, like some of them have been so popular to where they've actually become a reality KFC console.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
one that I did catch, I can actually see actually becoming a thing was like Darksiders releasing like a Darksider ale. Did you guys see that one?
I
That would
did
be
not see-
great.
I did not see that one.
Yeah.
The Darksiders game, they announced on their Twitter account it was like 6.6% alcohol, like dark ciders, like an apple
Mhm.
cider,
Oh,
like
Yeah.
a hard cider. But they spelled
Yeah,
it
yeah.
instead of like they spelled Darksiders the game, they spelled it dark space, CIDERS
Oh, that's
Right.
as
awesome.
ciders. And they had like different like promotional shots on the can. And I was like, I could actually see that becoming like a real hard cider for them to
Uh-huh.
buy.
Yeah. I think the razor hair dye was my favorite.
I was gonna say that one too. That was
the
pretty good.
Yeah, the RGB enabled hair dye, and so they've got the phone app for their RGB and just changing their hair around and shit. I was like, yo, could this be real though? Like,
Yep.
RGB everything. RGB life
Yeah.
is legit, man.
yes.
Another one that was actually real was the PUBG like arcade game, PUBG, which I thought was pretty cool. It was like a top-down like zombies ate my neighbors type of like shooter, and but with all the PUBG elements with the chicken, everything was chickens, and they had like chicken tanks and chicken grenades and chicken, I mean, just chicken everything. And then of course, like it was just, that kind of. But from what I understand, it's available through the 12th. So if you haven't had a chance to check that one out, it's supposed to be like a 90s like arcade game, which is kind of cool.
Blade
Um,
mentioned in the chat the one that I meant to mention to Lat with the thing about Legends of Dragoon.
Yeah, and just that,
Oh my
I'm
God.
I'm clearing the whole damn chat, Blade. You're welcome.
Oh my god. I saw that and I saw your comment later like, don't you play with my feelings.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
I
funny.
saw it too, and then I looked at the date just because I knew we had just gotten. I didn't see it until Friday, and
Oh yeah.
or yesterday. I didn't see it on April Fool's Day, and just because I knew we had just passed by it, I specifically went and looked at the article and looked at the date that it was published, and I'm just like, okay, you bastards. Yeah.
I gotcha.
The one I'm surprised that you guys didn't bring up because you guys were on it so heavy when they announced it was they took the bugs out of Bug Snacks. It's just called Snacks.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
Yes.
fucking play that game. I stay away from that game. Like, ugh.
Oh my
No.
God. Yeah, exactly. It was like everyone said it was like really off-putting calling it Bug Snacks. I guess they changed it.
It's just
They had a bunch of stuff in World of Warcraft. I mean, all kinds of just like silly shit. They had the Stonks guy in Fortnite. That one I saw. I
Oh,
almost
yeah.
bought it too. Yeah. They were calling him what was it? Diamond Hans because he had like hands made out of diamond.
Oh,
It was
Jesus.
kind of funny. And
I tagged Chibi on the G Fuel one, the chili dog flavored G Fuel.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
the
hey,
the
I
Sanic
fucking
flavor.
I have that on the wish list. I added myself to that fucking wish list because I want that stupid
Yeah.
shaker. I want the
Yes.
shaker and the stupid skin. I
That's-
was all about it.
See, that's another one I can imagine becoming an actual product. I'm not sure exactly what flavor they would make it taste like. It's
What
like-
they're doing, all they're doing, and I can already tell, they're just gonna reskin the Sonic flavoring that they did, which was the peach rings. They're probably just gonna give it a different skin on the exterior, and it's just like
Yeah.
the name,
yeah,
just because like the one they did for St. Patrick's Day, it's called sour shamrock, but all it is just green apple, which isn't sour, but it's just like the name. So they're probably just gonna do that, and then because it's funny, the marketing on it says if you pre-order the bundle, it says that you'd get the chili dog flavor with a bonus tub of the peach rings, and I'm like, so basically all you're gonna get is like the peach rings, just with a different skin. It's like a bonus peach rings for free.
The chase variant of the peach rings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I just want the shaker because I want the fucking Sanic. I want the Sanic on the stupid shaker so bad.
Real talk though, I've got some PTSD over G Fuel now. I consumed way
you
too
took a
much.
lot of that.
I had way too much in one sitting.
And I think it was the peach rings too that you had.
I had a
It
lot
was the peach
of
rings.
I did a tongue line of that off of Jono's counter in the kitchen. Yeah.
And we have video of that. If you want to see it, you
do.
can check out
It's on our YouTube.
Yeah, if you check out that the little behind the scenes here, if you check out that G Fuel advertisement, there are outtakes where I'm still slamming them and we just didn't have a good angle. So the amount that you see me consume over the course of that video is maybe a third of how much I had to consume for all of our takes. And I wasn't like spitting it out between takes. No, I was like, ah. Did we get
there's
it?
one you
Nope.
poured the powder in your mouth straight.
Oh yeah. Oh
God.
yeah.
And they recommend only one little scoop per day.
Yeah. I was
I think you took like
wired.
five scoops worth.
It's like
wired
basically
that
just
night.
it's just. I mean, what they don't tell you is that G Fuel is just powdered Adderall
Basically, it's what it felt like when I was done.
with flavoring.
Yeah, so at least
yeah,
it's healthier than an energy drink.
Is it?
Yeah, it actually is. It's supposed to be cleaner than that.
Yeah,
but
it is.
I mean,
I actually like it.
I'm pretty sure the chili dog flavor is they're just gonna pour the powder out and then they're just gonna slam an actual chili dog down into the canister and seal it up and send it to
I'd
you.
be fine with that. I'd be fine with that.
love-
I do like me some chili dogs.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I dropped the link in chat for anyone who wants to drop in to our YouTube page and see Moose do a line of G Fuel off of Jono's counter.
Yeah.
A stupid amount of G Fuel was consumed.
Shameless plug. Hit it with a thumbs up. Hit it with a follow, subscribe, or whichever and whatnot.
There you go.
That bell.
You can see more videos.
Smash that like button.
All that good stuff. Smash that like button with a Jesus dick. You know. So.
What?
Gotta bring
I
it
was
full
for it
circle.
until that.
Yeah.
Gotta bring it full circle.
Bring it full circle. Bring it all the way around.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
There was also a Pokemon raid too for
Yeah. It was a Magikarp Dynamax raid. It was hilarious.
I saw a moving out for the Team 17 game moving out on their Twitter page. They did it was supposed to be an announcement of an animated series, but the clip that they had was to an old TV sitcom called Perfect Strangers. So they use like the intro music to that, and then like took clips from the game and announced like an animated series that was greenlit for moving out on April Fool's Day. I was like, I couldn't imagine like how many people who didn't. Well, I guess it depends on how old you are. Gamers nowadays don't know of Balky and his cousin. Y'all looking at me like that doesn't sound familiar.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, am I dating myself? Am I showing my age here?
Yeah, we're all older. I think we all know, unfortunately.
That one was cool. The last one I saw was the with the playground mode for No Honor.
Yes. Yeah. For Honor.
For Honor, not No Honor.
Yeah.
They're doing a playground edition, supposedly available first, and
For the chillins.
all of the weapons were replaced with like different toys that you could use in game. So it that's the last one. That was the last one that I saw before I moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was something in Hearthstone too. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot.
Blizzard
But
usually goes
yeah, those are
in
some
on
of the.
April Fools.
Oh
They
yeah,
do.
they do.
They really do. I still actually my favorite one was still the original, I think, April Fools for World of Warcraft that I ever saw, which was they they previewed a new race and it was supposed to be the two-headed ogre, and you would be able to play like a co-op character where each person would control one head and one half of the character. And so many fucking people believed it because it was like not a thing up until that point. I think though I want to say that was the first time they ever did it. But yeah, oh my god, Wisps. Yeah, that was another good one too.
Yes.
But yeah,
I
they've
like
been
that
they've been
one.
playing it up and finding new ways to do April Fools really well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all been quite enjoyable. I can't wait to see what they come up with next year.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of becoming like an unofficial holiday. Like we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
last year
Yeah,
was kind of
Blade, you're right.
weird, but I think this year I feel like people were in much better spirits to be
Yes.
receiving of April Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year was like just less than a month into quarantine.com.
Yeah.
We were all
keep
a little
it to a minimum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a very light April Fool's
Oh
last
man,
year.
it was like a month after quarantine. George Floyd happened.
Mhm.
People were rioting. Like, oh, I mean, just thinking about where we were last year to where we are this year is just. It started off kind of crazy with the riots in the Capitol, but
Yeah, at least this year, or at least this April Fools, we were able to kind of like have some
Yeah.
lighter moments, some
Yeah,
that were enjoyable.
laugh and have a good. Yeah.
The year didn't start off with like an entire country being on fire.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
There were moments though. There were moments though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
We were starting to get a little worried that we were getting 2020, 0.2.
Yeah, it was starting to feel that way.
2020 squared or something like that.
2020 electric boogaloo. I don't know, but at least it's not. So we're good for now. Knock on wood.
Never spaghetti.
Knock on wood.
Spaghetti.
Never spaghetti.
Never spaghetti.
Oh man.
John says, didn't we start the year with hell frozen over? I'm enjoying the
Yeah.
cold weather that we're having here in Florida.
Yeah.
So hopefully, yes.
I mean, all it really means is global warming, but I mean, I'm at least enjoying what we're getting from global warming. I'm getting the cooler weather for longer.
Oh,
He's
Texas.
talking
Oh, you're
about
right.
Texas.
Texas,
Yeah, he's talking about Texas, which was.
Oh,
was
yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah.
I may have mentioned it before. It was funny because the senator in Texas, when not to get political, but he had posted a tweet about, because it's the whole thing about believing in global warming and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
he had posted a tweet a couple of years ago that he had believed in global warming when Texas freezes over, and like.
Oh yeah.
That tweet did not age
Forgot
well.
all about
It
that.
did not.
Oh yes.
I feel so bad for
God,
Texas.
that was
Man,
that was delicious.
I have coworkers who live in Texas, and
Yeah.
it was not enjoyable for them. My God, they weren't
Oh,
able to
no.
do much at all with work because like fucking internet and
Oh, yeah.
power.
I've got a bit of
Yeah.
family in Texas, and I got
Yeah.
updates from them. That shit sucked.
Yeah, it did. It
Mhm.
did. Yeah.
My God, but at least we're in Florida. Yay!
Hey.
Yay!
Yeah, if something like that happens to Florida, I don't think we prepare for it at all.
I'm
No.
okay with our 57 degree. I was checking my my Amazon lady to see what the temperature was, and it's like 57 right now. So I'm okay with that. I was able to do yard work yesterday and not sweat a single bit. It was fan-freaking-tastic. I'll take it all day, every day. Oh my God.
Amazon lady, what's the weather?
I didn't want to say her name because then she'll be like, yes.
I don't think
Oh,
it
yeah.
has the same appeal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the A name because then she'll be like, can I help you with something? I'm like, no, shut up.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
Ain't nobody
Get
talk
back.
to you.
Get back to your box. I don't want to talk to you.
Hey Google, tell Alexa that she's a bitch.
My apologies. I don't understand.
That's not your fault.
Man,
sweetheart.
I tried asking freaking Siri about that. I asked like her a couple of questions and she's opinionated. I don't like her
You
answers.
got sassy.
I
Yeah.
asked her what came first, Microsoft or Apple, and she was not understanding that question, and she kept saying this is like, I'm quite partial to Apple. I'm like, I'm not asking your opinion. I'm asking
Right.
what came first,
Yeah,
the
give me
chicken or
some
the egg.
facts
Like,
here.
she was not answering me, so I'm like, oh, screw it, Siri. You don't know nothing. Never mind. This is why I don't ever ask her. I didn't have Siri turned on to my phone like for the first several years that it existed, but now I think it just auto turns on and I forget.
Yeah, I use the OKG thing quite a
Yeah, I
lot.
use
Yeah,
G
yeah.
thing more than anything. Like that actually gives me proper answers, unlike,
Me too.
wannabe
I,
Cortana.
I really like it.
Okay, Google, subscribe to Remnant Gamers on YouTube. No, not you. No, I'm already subscribed. No, shut up. Google, shut up. No. Okay.
Ain't no thing but a G thing. Exactly.
That's why I said it so quietly into my mic, so she wouldn't go off.
Oh no,
And she still
it's
did.
listening constantly.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I always talk about stuff like, man, I really like extremely expensive cars like Lamborghinis and really nice expensive watches like Rolexes.
I tripped
So
someone
it'll
out.
show me all the right ads.
I tripped somebody out a few years back because they were like, "Oh no, it's not spying on you." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Oh, bet. All right, let's go." And I was like, "Hey," and then I just pulled out my phone and I was like, "You know what we really need here? We need some screwdrivers. Maybe like a whole toolbox set. Maybe blue handles. I like screwdrivers with blue handles." And I just went on this like tangent for like a minute or two talking about needing a toolkit. And then I was like, "All right, let's revisit this in 30 minutes." And sure as shit, pull up my Facebook feed, start scrolling until I hit an ad. It's a tool. So I was like, "Tell me they ain't spying."
I mean, I think me and Blade had a similar situation when we were talking after work one day where we were just talking about like video games that we were thinking about getting. And I shit you not, like he started getting notification or like ads about that game. And he was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He's like getting commercials for that on his YouTube and shit. I'm like, this is crazy. It's just so silly how it all the phones have it. It
Oh, yeah.
literally does
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, I'm not.
That's one of my
upset,
favorite things
but-
too, is to play with it. Is to like, as soon as I get an ad, if I'm like, okay, that it actually picked up on something that I actually want, I make sure I click on it and look at it and see if it's something that I like.
exactly.
And if I don't, like if I get an ad that I see that I don't like it, I make it a point to go and be like, I'm not interested in this, and like let it know, so that it actually aggregates all these ads that I actually want. And man, I get some really cool stuff nowadays on my ads. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I've grown accustomed to the spying now. Like it's actually pitching me things that are so me that it's like, okay, well, it's kind of cool. It's like having somebody that knows you really well. Just
exactly.
See, I don't want it. I don't want it because all it's doing is giving me ads for shit that I want to buy, but I can't really afford it. So it's constantly reminding me, like, you didn't buy this thing. You need to go buy this thing. I'm like, stop. I have the money for it now, but I shouldn't buy it. Stop it.
Yeah.
It's just torturing me.
All you got to do to stop the torture is just buy it. I mean,
there you go.
Yeah, just buy
And
it.
it'll
Just drop
know.
the money.
Yeah, it'll know when you buy it, and it'll stop telling you about it.
Big Brother will know
Prove
when
that
I buy
one
it.
too. I proved that one too.
Oddly enough, and this may lead to a whole nother conversation I don't know that I want to get into, but I just got done watching a documentary and one part of the documentary they're talking about how the education system has not changed in so long, and how the education system, the way that it was set up, was originally meant to be like basically a people factory for factory workers, and to make people like really super good at just sitting down and listening to one thing for 6 to 8 hours and yada yada yada. And how it had to do with mostly with ADHD, and how ADHD people used to be the necessary type of person to survive, like when there were like predators outside trying to get you and things like that. Now where if you're like a desk jockey or something, that's probably a big problem for you, is trying to stay focused. But another thing that goes along with that is that it used to be like 1940s, 1950s, the average like person who was a factory worker, they only owned like maybe 2 outfits. And so the marketing system that the United States, especially as a capitalist country, has developed was all in on what Chibi was just talking about and trying to get you to buy more
Certain
stuff.
things.
You don't
Yeah.
actually need that shit. You could
Yep.
go, I could go without all of this, but
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, you need that better thing. You need that other thing. It's the same thing with the way that they do the iPhones and the cars and that. So it's like, it's part of our culture now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, real talk.
Yeah,
was-
you're expected to like go on and buy more stuff.
Yeah, so
Always.
I've had shitty sleep since I was like in middle school. Like I haven't had a good night's sleep in over 20 years now. But
Me too.
freaking so I started getting these advertisements for sleep masks, like full light blocking ones and stuff like that. And then I eventually bought one and the ad stopped because it knew I bought it. And I didn't click the ad or nothing. And then right after the sleep mask arrives in the mail, I start getting advertisements for light projectors for my bedroom that have like options for seascapes because it knows I love being underwater so much. And there's one friend in particular I talk to about like underwater shit all the fucking time. And it knows that, so it's like, yo, why don't you get a projector? And it's like, but I just bought a fucking sleep mask that blocks everything out. And now I'm looking at this projector like, but it's underwater and it makes my room look like it's under the sea. Fuck, I need this too.
Yep.
That is how it is designed. It's designed
Yeah.
to get you, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's not, like we were saying, it's not a bad thing always, but it can be if you don't have a way. What am I trying to say? If you're not very good at managing your money, it's
If you
it's
have
really
no
bad for those type of
restraint,
people.
it's not good.
Willpower.
Yes, thank
if
you.
have
Like,
any
for
strength
me,
or willpower,
It's always the cosplay stuff. Like it'll be like me costumes or like cosplay stuff or websites that like I buy materials for cosplays on. They're like, oh, did you mean you need this? We saw that you were looking at this the other day. I'm like, no, I was looking at it. I don't need to buy it. I don't have the money for it. Like, but it's on sale right now. Just in case you needed to know. I'm like, God damn it. No, I don't need it. It sucks. And then Amazon's not any better.
Go ahead. When the previous generation asks you why our generation doesn't have the ability to save money like they used to, that's your answer right there.
Well, that's part of it. There's a big, deeper issue of why that's the case, but yeah. But that is definitely part of it. But, you know, wages is also another thing.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I was like, there's much deeper going with that. But yeah, the fact that they lived in a community or in a lifestyle that didn't involve that type of promotion and didn't have internet constantly telling you of the things you need to buy. Granted, they had the radio, but still, or TVs, but it's very different when you had to call 1-800 call this number, you know, toll free, you know, and you can get for 3 easy payments of $29.99.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as going, oh, pay through PayPal? Okay, done.
Yeah, it's like you had to fucking call at like 2 a.m. on the freaking the QVC or whatever, or what do they called it? The online, the channel, whatever you can buy shit from. But you actually had to call, and I don't like calling people, so that would have been an easy save for me. I don't call people unless I have to.
One tap purchases via PayPal has been my undoing.
Oh no! Did you know? I don't know if you know, but have you heard about the PayPal Pay in 4 thing? That has been the biggest issue of my life. PayPal now has an option to pay ahead, the Pay in 4. Yes. Fuck my life! I've spent more money than I need to because of Pay in 4, but it's also been fantastic because it's like Afterpay. I love it.
It's wonderful and horrible at the same time because you're like, I'm not spending that much. I'm breaking it up. I'll be hitting a couple pay cycles here between each of my payments and stuff. Like, you know,
like oh, I'm spending $200. No, I'm not. I'm spending like $44 in 4 easy payments.
Yep. Oh, that shit. Yeah, I have seen that thing, and I fight every time I make a PayPal purchase not to hit that because I know once I go down that rabbit hole, I'm buying
fucking everything.
I'm not going to tell you how many pay in for things I've had, but let's say I scroll. Let's just say the amount of times I have to scroll to show all the pay in for things I've done. But it's great because it helps me like spread it out and I don't have to use my credit card. I love that.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to
Yo,
not
Blast SC2, thank you for the sub, bro. 12
Yeah.
months.
12
12
months.
freaking
Thanks,
months.
Hey, let's get some hype in the chat for Plas.
Yes.
Yay, heart.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
But yeah, on that note, yeah, it's dangerous. I've actually had to turn those kind of features off because, and I speak from my personal experience, is that if it's easy to buy, I will buy it. So now I have a rule that if it's under $100, I'll pay for it online. But if it's over $100, I like to bring cash money and go get it where they sell it physically. Yeah, because I just it feels more
It's a tangible thing in your hands. You know, you're actually having
it is
to look at
tangible.
it.
Like I'm literally handing over this amount of money for this object, you know.
You're
And
seeing the
so
transaction occur, and you can
Uh-huh.
visually see that money leaving you and having to experience it. Like that's actually,
Yeah.
I think there's actually like a logical, psychological thing about that. And the same thing with people writing down schedules, writing down reminders rather than a digital
yeah.
reminder, because you're literally writing it down or doing something physical in front of you. So you're easily reminded or you're more likely to acknowledge what you've just done. Like spending money.
It feels more important. Yeah. And
Yeah.
spending money should be, I mean, for me personally, anytime I'm spending money, it's a big deal. So I like to make it a bigger deal so that I
Nah.
don't, like, for example, forget and then go and do something else, you don't want
Nah,
to be
I'm a Chad.
irresponsible.
I'm a Chad. I spend money like a whale. I don't care. I don't care about money. Money's not a big deal. Ah, whatever. I'm just gonna drop money. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really joking.
I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I'm very particular with money. Like, even if it's just a little bit, I go through the same process as if it was something like a big expense. Obviously, it's easier to differentiate, $6 for a hamburger versus $600 for like a TV. But
When you live paycheck to paycheck and you have to micromanage your finances,
yeah,
Which
it
I
changes
do.
your ability of spending money. Like, I had many situations where I had to do that, and I worked 2-3 jobs, and literally every fucking dollar counted. And I counted my finances months in advance. Everything I had to account for it, and I made sure I knew what charges I was spending. And anything frivolous, I had to make sure that 3 months down the road, was I going to be able to afford that? Is that going to hinder my ability to pay said bill 3 months from now? So
of course.
micromanaging is the only way that I can spend money frivolously. But of course, when you like make more money or you get like a stimulus check or you get a tax return, I hate that shit because then it like throws off my groove because then I feel like I have more money than I do, so I like put everything in savings. Don't look at it.
I was just gonna ask. So, does anybody here in chat or out of the four of us, does anybody have like a shopping rule that goes along with the way that you spend money? Like, for example, Betsy and I made this rule years ago when we were like, for example, we had to choose between having power at the house or having internet at the house.
Oh God, I know.
Or things like that, or we had gas, and then we also had electric. So sometimes we would go without gas because we had like electric appliances. So one rule that we had was if we went shopping, we were not allowed to use anything bigger than a basket. If it fit in the basket, we could buy it. But if it was more than what could fit in there, you don't need it. And so it made us like really focus on just the things that we needed for that week. And we made, smaller items like work for us versus buying more expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Which oddly enough, the more expensive stuff usually comes in like a larger package. I never understood that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those shopping rules have stuck with me. Now if I go to like, for example, I don't know, Dollar General, like I will not get a basket or a cart. I only pick up what I can carry in my hands, and that's what I buy, and then I'm out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My
You guys
little,
do that?
my little mantra has always been don't live beyond your means.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. My
And-
mom instilled that in my brain.
Yeah, and that always go. And I've always been that type of person. It was like, it's like, okay, I need a new car, and everybody's like, oh, what are you gonna get? The new GT 600? And I'm like, no, something to get me from point A. And
Yeah.
and I've always been that type of person. That's why I've had like the Nissan Versa, or like the 1994 Geostorm. I've had the like all those type cars that weren't like elegant or anything like that. It was just to get me around then. And the same way with my spending habit is I set up separate accounts. I'm like one account for bills, one account for entertainment.
Mhm.
So bills, I make sure enough money is in bills first. Once the bills are paid, I make sure I don't have to transfer anything from entertainment to bills to take care of all that. And then once that's done, I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. So
That for me, for the longest time, and I think Prince made a comment in the chat that actually was my situation too. But it also almost hindered me. I didn't have a credit card for probably most of my 20s because I never wanted to have that type of frivolous spending option. Because I've had many friends who had many issues. Not that I was frivolous with money, but I just never wanted to have that temptation. So I never did. And unfortunately, that ended up hindering me later, as I got in my late 20s, because that really affected my credit ability. But now I have a couple credit cards and I've really built my credit and it's very different now. But like, that was my big thing, is if I couldn't afford it, my thing was everything was always a debit card for me. If I could not afford it based on my paycheck, if I had all of my bills that I had to pay each month, and if after paying all those bills and my paycheck had whatever amount, if it fit in that paycheck and I was able to pay everything else, then that's fine. If it wasn't going to be payable after paying bills, or if that was going to hinder me from paying a bill, then I couldn't do it. So, but credit cards were my big issue, and I stayed away from them for a very long time because I feel like a lot of people get way too comfortable with that. And they rely on it way too much.
Stay away from them.
But strangely enough, I'm sorry, Moose, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, the credit cards are a terrible, terrible trap, and I'm finally getting free of them. By the end of this year, I'm on track to be rid of them completely.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
And, but there were times when I was like, I like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 across my credit cards, like just it was so easy. It was so easy to get into that hole.
Yeah, it was.
My first one was a store one, and it was Target, but I only used it for groceries if when the person I was living with, if we were a little strapped for funds that month, just maybe due to like an issue that came up, like a car issue came up, and we needed groceries still, I would just use it for that. So it was, I started easy with logical cards that actually would be utilized only for certain things, because it was just a store card, so I could only use it at Target. And granted, I can spend a lot of money at Target, but my credit limit was low enough to where at the start I just used it for groceries, and then did my mom's
Unfortunately,
ruling.
some of us aren't as
using
smart
it for
as
gas.
you, Jibby.
Yeah,
and we just
Well, it's because my
use
mom.
credit cards for whatever.
I thank my mom for that. My mom's
good.
really was like the one on that. She was the one who didn't want me to get a card. She only wanted me to get one was to use it for gas, but I was like, no, I'm stupid. I'm gonna go use it for things other than gas, Mom. I'm not gonna be that smart. So I just
think there
didn't.
should be a limit. I think you shouldn't be able to apply for a credit card till you're at least 25.
Yeah, I mean, in most cards, there's actually a lot of really good, now that I'm like very aware of credit cards, there's a lot of good cards that start you as like a minimum of $500. And like it's like for beginner, like for beginner credit users, like ViStar or local credit unions will have some that are really good for like college students that has a low minimum or a low maximum. But you can use it for like gas and stuff or groceries or minimum purchases without giving you like $5,000 of a limit. And like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I'm just going to spend so much money.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't need that.
my first one I got poached on my college campus, and with like a $1,500 limit. Like they set up right outside the student union. It was my first week of college. I'm going around like, yeah, I'm an adult now. Yeah, I'm out of my parents' house. Oh, a credit card. I'm an adult. I can have one of those. $1,500 easy. I fucked up starting it. That was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, see, I don't know how I've survived at this point. Like with my Love Live addiction and all of the fucking gotcha shit. Like I'm very proud of myself. Pat on my back for not maxing out my cards
But
with
I
all
was,
my fucking figure purchases. Oh god, it's bad.
I was
Paying
gonna
for
say,
help.
with you and Prince not starting so late. Strangely enough, it's almost quote unquote better to have bad credit than to have no credit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. The sucky part though, like for me, when I did my house refinance or putting the house in my name, that made it real fucking hard because they're like, you have like no credit other than these two options. They like to see a range of options. I'm like, what?
Right.
So you're saying I was supposed to get credit? Man, that's back ass words. And they're like, yeah, I know. It's very contradictory. I'm like, ah. See, they need to tell kids that. They need to have a
that's why I
class.
said you shouldn't get a credit card. You shouldn't be able to apply for one until at least
But they need to have like a college
21.
class
I'll
for
even say
like
21.
finances, man. Like, let me understand.
Yeah, if you
Like-
can smoke and drink, then you can get a credit card. Yes. And I
Right?
follow the same path as Moose. I mean, it wasn't when I went to college, but when I got my credit card, I was just like, "Oh, hey, you guys want to go to lunch? Hell yeah, it's on me!"
Yep.
You know. And from there, I like jump on the bus and go
Yeah.
to electronic boutique and hit the new game that's coming out, and then
BB games,
then
man.
put a
Games,
damn computer from Dell on my credit card. And do you need to finance it? Fuck no, I got a credit card. Put it on it.
See, when I worked at GameStop, I actually really got pissed about that because I worked when the GameStop credit card first came out, and they were like borderline forcing all employees to sign up for the fucking credit card. And I'm like, what if I don't want to?
Right.
But they made you do it. They're like, oh no, we want all of our employees to do that. I'm like, but
Man,
okay. And I had to.
yeesh.
That was
So-
kind of fucked up.
I know we hit the end of our list. Is there anything that didn't make the list that you guys want to jump into really quickly?
Have we told you about our Lord and Savior Jesus dick? I'm sorry. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
April
Sorry.
Fools.
I think we did mention our Lord and Savior Jesus.
Nico, no.
Yeah. Not quite as popular as Satan Dick, but he's getting there. He's
working
getting pretty
his way up
big.
there.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you guys coming up? What do you guys got coming up this week?
Well, we just finished a big tournament. The Secta Smash spring season has just jumped off. Yes, that's right. We now have seasons in the Secta Smash sports. And so yeah, the rosters reset and everybody went back to ground zero except for the career points. So it's going pretty good. That'll be this Saturday. Wednesday I'm doing Pokemon Sword again. I may be throwing in some Need for Speed Heat because I'm playing the shit out of that game and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I've actually gotten a couple folks who have come to my stream because I literally plastered my car with twitch.tv/servo like URLs all over the side of it.
Yeah,
So when I
buddy.
stomp people online, they just, as I'm passing them, they see my URL in the back of the car.
So you're literally doing what racers do. They do the promotional
yeah.
on their
No,
cars.
and I took a legit like design from because I'm in the game right now. I have a BMW M3. So I took a legit racing BMW M3 and I just replaced all the decals that they did on my car in the game with URLs and like my Instagram tag and all that shit. So yeah, it's basically a servo sponsored car. It's a lot of fun. And then of course I'm doing tomorrow Minecraft with Jack. So always at 9 p.m. Eastern. Except for Wednesdays where I watch AEW Dynamite on Discord and then stream afterwards. So yeah. What about you, Chibi?
After the podcast, I'm gonna just be doing some Genshin tonight, just trying to push through the story a little bit more since the event I'm technically done with, but I've just kind of got really into the story again, so I'm just kind of pushing through a little bit more of that. Hopefully maybe doing another pull to try and get Venti again before the banner ends. But I doubt I'll get him.
I mean, you got to
then-
try, right? You got to try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it. I just want to try. I just want to get my fucking bard, but whatever. Tuesday, I don't know what I'm streaming yet. I still have a couple that I'm trying to decide on, so I'll probably post on probably tomorrow what I'm going to be playing Tuesday and Thursday, but it'll be the same time anyway, about like 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. Wednesday, I'll be streaming more Love Live, Skull Idol Festival, after school activity, why hominy, whatever the fuck long name it is. Just more rhythm gotcha game stuff. So if you like rhythm games and really cutesy idol girls, then that probably is for you. It's really fun. It's really silly. And that's kind of it. It's probably going to be a horror game that I play, to be quite honest. That's kind of what I've been doing, but I'm not really sure yet. So I'll be posting it on my social meteors what I'm actually going to play.
Sweet. Lat, what you doing?
I'll probably finishing up Katana Zero on Tuesday. After that, I'll move into a new game that I found called 1980X. And then Saturday will be a return to Legendary Legends with Apex.
Nice,
Sweet.
nice.
Moose, you doing any streaming this week?
Yep. So Wednesday we're gonna have Survival Boys. We have not picked a title for that one yet. We've been trying to get the guest pass on the Little Hope working. But,
Gotcha.
We've been trying to, but that friend pass is proving very difficult to actually use. Apparently, that's a big thing that's wrong with that game. So
Gotcha.
hopefully we get that squared away. Otherwise, we'll just we'll probably, I don't know. We ended up we tried Little Hope last Wednesday, didn't work out, so we played some Valheim. So we'll probably end up doing something like that if we can't get it to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as always, you guys can always catch us back here next Sunday for yet another podcast. The stream he was just talking about, that'll be here on this stream. And then Friday, we're having yet another game night. D&D, as of right now, is on hiatus. We'll be returning to that. When is that? May? What is it, Lat? Do you remember?
Scheduled right now sometime in May.
May, yeah. We're gonna be hooking up with Austin.
TBA.
He's working hard on working up another module for us to experience. So it's gonna be a blast when we finally get back to it. But in the meantime, we're gonna be doing some fun game nights and community nights. So keep tuned into the Discord for all of that.
Maybe some more Devour.
Absolutely. I would love to do some more Devour. That game. I mean, we almost beat it. We almost beat it the first time out.
We almost did.
Well, second time for Moose, but luckily we had an expert that was with us. So definitely made it a little easier. But yeah, great game. And yeah, so if you guys haven't already checked this out on here, maybe you're listening to the audio podcast right now. We're on twitch.tv/Remnant Gamers. If you haven't found us on the podcast yet and you're just watching us on Twitch, then you can find us on the podcasting service of your choice: Spotify, Google, Apple, Buzzsprout, Deezer, freaking whatever. Yeah, they're all listed on remnantgamers.com, as well as our YouTube channel, which you can catch all the video uploads from our channel, which is a great way to experience our content anytime. And if you haven't already decked yourself out with some awesome Remnant Gamers gear, No Name Gamer is the place to go. No Name Nerd, excuse me, No Name Nerd. And you can use our affiliate code Remnant Gamers, RMNTGMRS, to get 10% off. And I think that pretty much covers it. Anybody got any last words?
Nico, no.
Special thanks.
Special thanks.
Yes.
You got us hooked up, Moose?
Yes, I have it warms my heart, but I actually have. I'll try to go through it quickly, but not too quickly. But it warms my heart. This, for those of you just joining us, if you haven't been here before, at the end of every podcast, I try to make it a point to thank all of the subscribers to our channel here on Twitch, and the list is ever growing. And that really warms my heart. Thank you all for that. And let me get that out of the way first. You all are amazing. Very special thanks, before I go through the list here. Nobuko Zero, the overlord of gift subs.
Yes.
No denying that. So everyone please, throw some special love to Nobu in chat and in our Discord, because you're amazing. You're absolutely
We love our
amazing.
Nobu.
So giving.
So giving, and we're ever so thankful. And so Remnant Gamers would like to formally thank the current list of subscribers as of stream start tonight. We've got Plus SC2 celebrated 12 months today. Fantastic benchmark. Thank you for that. We've got Akoth, Good King 86, Matt Compton, Mikaru Otaku TV, Nika the Stallion, Near, Every Level, Jazzer Dog, Squilbo Baggins, Blade Morganis, Boston US Navy, Cooper, Letormi, I'm sorry if I butchered that, Prince Recluse, Sparkly Unicorn, Mandy AI, Cash Money CS, Eden Wolf, Katie Cat 513, Tartarus Rage TV, Mr. Question 11, Bat CX, Dim Frenemies, It's Juan Snow, Jack Don't Care, Supa Kiwi, Scamo 421, I'm sorry, Lofo, Loaf, Loaf, Quantum Chickpea, Ausin AZ, one of those.
It doesn't matter.
Yep, Bankstex T1, Toby WX, Clinus Max, Keno, and Purdy Rat. Thank you all. You help us do what
They
we
know
want.
who they are. They
Yes.
made their names complicated on purpose.
I know, right? Just to watch me suffer.
That's absolutely correct. Well, speaking of which, one of our current subscribers, Batsy, of course, happens to be my wifey, but she's streaming some Resident Evil 4 right now. So we're going to go over there and check her out, show some love. If you haven't been there before, throw her a follow. And if you don't like her, you can always unfollow her later, although I will hunt you down and kill you personally. I mean, sorry. Sorry. It's just, I mean, we've been together so long. It just comes out every once in a while.
That's
much love, you guys. Have a great night. And yeah. Peace.